a line that somebody said.
All right, I would like to officially welcome everyone to the first meeting in January of 2024 to the City of Victoria Parks and Rec Commission meeting. Welcome to those in the audience and welcome to our commission members.
Thank you.
We're going to start off. So the meeting is called to order. And moving right along, do we have any citizens communication? Sure. Come on up.
I'm Michael Bondro. I live at 2204 East North Street. I wanted to talk about pickleball. That's a popular thing in Victoria. I got 2 pickleball things at Walmart and some balls for $20, so it's not like expensive like golf. Some of the clubs are worth more in my car. But anyway, they're playing pickleball at the tennis courts, at the HEB tennis courts, and they're in poor condition, but they did redo them. And they were wondering if the city of Victoria could pay someone to fix the other ones, because no one's using those 2 tennis courts, and you can make about 12 pickleball courts out of 2 tennis courts. And there's no interest in tennis at that time. And I was even thinking they could put some pickleball courts at Queen City Park. No one plays basketball or anything like that. And I wanted to read the last review since the last meeting on Queen City Park. Too much violence, drug dealers, and homeless people, not a safe place at all, especially at night. I wish Victoria would do something about it. And it is a safe place, Christ Kitchen in Queen City, from 11 to 1 a.m., from 1 p.m., while the police are there doing security. But once they leave, it's another issue. And I do wish they could have more security, if they could have someone in a car, like a security guard, and drive around Queen City Park for like maybe 2 hours. And that's it. Oh, I thought my time was up, but that's it. But thanks and have a good day. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much for your comments. I know that Assistant City Manager Mike is going to be speaking to that, I believe.
Yeah.
Because it was definitely, we talked about it last month after you brought it up.
Okay, thanks. Appreciate it.
All right. Moving on to agenda item C, approval of the minutes. Do I hear a motion or any changes?
I move to accept the minutes as submitted.
Do I have a second? All right, and so the adoption of the minutes has passed. All right, before we move into other business, do any of the Parks Commissioners have any comments or that they want to start off with? Okay, I'd like to make a general comment. So Ashley McGee, is no longer on the commission board. She has officially moved out of state, so therefore that disqualifies her to be a Park and Rec Commission meeting. She has let us know. We were sad to see her go. We wish her well. And so the city is going to advise us on how that position will be filled. So we'll be hearing from the department on that a little bit. But, so we do have one vacancy. The city is, we're all aware of it. So that's the status on our commission member. All right, with that, I turn it over to Mike.
Yes, and good evening, commissioners, and welcome back, and happy New Year to you all. Hopefully, you had a great New Year's, and welcome back. So I do have a quick employee recognition, and I would like to recognize Mr. Alex Aguero. So Alex is our sports tourism manager, and Alex recently received his master's degree in sports management. So Alex,
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Alex.
Definitely worth recognizing.
definitely, and Alex is doing a great job for us with sports tourism. In fact, he will be briefing us on the TAF games that's coming up this weekend. Also want to provide you a quick update as to where we are with the recruitment for the Parks and Rec Director. So first of all, thank you for participating in the process. I think most of you attended the open or the community meeting where you met the candidates, but unfortunately, that process did not yield a candidate. So, and I believe you received an email to that effect. So we are going back out, working with the consultant to find a candidate for us. So the position will be advertised until filled, hopefully starting next month, that it will be advertised for the Parks Director. In the interim, I will continue to serve as your interim director. Okay, so next item is updates from the department. Anything else you would like to share before I go on to the updates?
Can you advise us on the vacancy at the Parks Commission?
Yes, so so the next step for us is to work with our city secretary, April Hillbridge, to essentially announce that the vacancy is there and request applications. So it will be an open process like before, where the city secretary requests applications to serve on the Parks Commission. And once the applications are turned in, then it goes to city council for selection.
Thank you.
So we hope to work with the city secretary this month or early next month to find a candidate.
Thank you.
As to Queen City Park, thank you, Mr. Vondroff, for bringing that up. Commissioners, as you know, we've been working with the Queen City community as well as Christ Kitchen to revitalize Queen City neighborhood overall. So the goal that we have as a city is to revitalize Queen City in our other inner city neighborhoods. So at our next Parks Commission meeting, I'm hopeful to have a comprehensive update or report on what we are doing in Queen City as well as Queen City Park itself. So we are working with the community to come up with solutions for Queen City Park. What do we do with Queen City Park?
Did
So-
you get the feedback that you'd requested? I believe in the November meeting, you were getting feedback from the,
Yes, ma'am. We have received all of the surveys back, so we are compiling, we're at the final stage of compiling the survey results. So we should be done this week. We received a lot of surveys from the community saying, expressing what they would like to see done at the park. So we are compiling the surveys, and I should have a full report for you at the next meeting. Okay. Okay, in terms of the department updates, so I will start here with the agenda or discussion items. So I will myself provide you an update on the capital projects that we currently have underway or will be underway soon. And then I will have Steve Gallagher, our park superintendent, give us an update on recreation. And then Alex Agrero, our tourism manager, to give us an update on the upcoming TAF games. First thing I want to update you on in regards to our major capital projects is the Riverside Duck Pond. Hopefully you are very proud of the final product. The duck pond is open and is being used by a lot of our residents. It's turned out to be a beautiful park. Tons of residents have come to the duck pond, and I was there Sunday, and there were hundreds of residents there enjoying it. And it is open for fishing. So yesterday, we took some pictures, and you can see the pictures that we had many residents fishing, adults, kids. So in the pond right now, we have rainbow trout in the pond. TPWD, that's the state Texas Parks and Wildlife. So they put about 850 rainbow trouts in the pond, and we encourage residents to come and fish as often as possible because they have to be fished out before it gets too hot. So this is just some pictures showing you our residents who are enjoying the duck pond. We do have We do have some requirements. We do require that fishers or anglers do have a license if you are 17 and older. So 17 and older, we encourage you to have a license, a fishing license. If you are under 17, you need to be accompanied by an adult. So in the state, game warden does patrol the area to enforce the license requirement. So please, if you don't have a license, it's easy to get a license. And we also encourage fishers to only bag 5 fish. Just, you can take home 5 fish. More than that, just throw it back in the pond. We also encourage residents not to feed the ducks, especially bread. We plan to have a feeding dispenser for the ducks at the duck pond. So technically, we understand that feeding bread to the ducks is not very healthy. Is not healthy for the ducks. So we encourage residents not to feed bread to the ducks. The next update is on the Riverside Bark, which is our dog park. Just like the duck pond, our residents are enjoying it very much. I do see every time I go or drive by the park, I do see residents using it, and the feedback has been extremely positive. Everyone loves the dog park. It's a great place to have the dogs come and meet other dogs and make friends. So it's a fantastic park, and I just want to thank all the staff who've worked on it, as well as the duck pond. We've also made some improvements at the golf driving range. So I don't know how many of you go to the driving range, but if you do, you will see a new golf driving range mat. So it's an AstroTurf mat. So in case it's too wet, you can always hit the golf ball off the mat. So we installed the driving range mat about a month ago, and it's being used quite a bit. The other improvements was a golf cart parking lot by the driving range, as well as additional parking by the golf driving range. We did receive feedback that additional parking was needed at the driving range, so we've done that, as well as the golf cart parking. Also, we had an old golf cart shed, and we demolished that, and you can see the before and after pictures. So the demolition essentially added to the beauty of the duck pond, we feel. So again, thank you to the staff who did the demolition in-house, which saved us quite
I
a
will
bit.
echo that removing that golf cart barn made a huge difference in the visuals surrounding the duck pond. So good job on that.
Yeah,
Looks
thank
really
you.
nice.
And thank you to Steve and his staff and for doing the demolition themselves, which saves us quite a bit of money from having to hire a contractor. So the next capital projects we are working on is the Ethel E. Tracy park improvements. So we are doing primarily 2 things at the Ethel E. Tracy. The first thing is the splash pad repairs. So as you know, the splash pad has been closed since May. So what we are going to do is replace the tank, the splash pad tank, the controller box, in the UV tank. So we have retained a contractor out of Houston, Craftsman, to do the repairs, and they will start construction or repairs spring 2024. So the hope that we have is to start it this month, and I should say complete spring 2024. We want to get it completed before the spring break so the kids can enjoy it. So spring 2024 is when it will be completed.
So they should be starting this month?
It should be
is your
starting this
understanding?
month. We had a pre-construction meeting with the contractor last week. Our engineering staff did, including myself and park staff, and they should be starting this month. And the work should take 2 to 3 months to complete. The other improvement will be a bathroom. As you know, Ethel Lee Tracy Park does not have a bathroom. So the plan, as you can see in the yellow, is to build a bathroom, about 600 square feet. It'll be his and hers. We have secured the contractor, and the budget is $275,000. And the plan is to complete the bathroom summer 2024. And this is a quick view of what the bathroom will look like. It will be, boys and it's a men and women's bathroom. So it's should be hopefully convenient for the park users. So the boys, the men's bathroom will have a urinal and a toilet, and then the female bathroom will have a urinal, it's a toilet, as well as a changing space for a toddler, for babies.
So just one toilet in the women's?
Yes, just one toilet in the women's, and also the changing, and a sink as well, in a changing space in case they have children with them.
Is it also ADA accessible as well?
Yes, it will be. It will be.
So Mike, what's driving the cost of that? $275,000.
Yeah, so it's, as you know, construction costs overall is just high because of the current economy we in. But the main thing is that it's a slab, you have to build a slab to put the building on. That's expensive, as well as running water and sewer to the site. So it gets fairly expensive. In fact, 275,000 was a good quote compared to the 435 that we received, just to build a small bathroom today. So it's construction today is very expensive.
A house for that.
So those are the two big improvements at Ethel Lee Tracy Park. And I would be remiss if I did not thank the Chloride and Ethel Lee Foundation for funding the project. So once again, it's funded primarily by the Chloride and Ethel Lee Foundation because they have been great support. They provided great support for Ethel Lee Tracy for quite a long time. So thank you to them. The next capital project that we are working on is the Riverside Soccer Complex Phase 2. I think we went over this several months ago. Again, the plan is to add food trucks, picnic tables, additional parking on the slab. As you can see the slab on the screen. And then we'll add parking lot, some lighting in the parking lot, and also some safety measures along Red River. So construction should also start this month. And we hope to complete this project before the soccer season starts this spring. And we also, finally, we plan to make improvements to the skate park. That's at the community center. I don't know if you've been to the skate park. So the park right now has some broken concrete. So it's essentially not completely safe to skaters because the concrete is broken. So the plan is to retain a contractor to repair the broken slabs or concrete this spring. So we hope to start this spring, and it should take just about a month or two to complete. The other project is the Brunson Park. So the plan there is to replace the equipment, the playground equipment. Currently, the playground equipment is old and outdated, so we have in the budget $250,000 to replace the playground equipment, and work should begin this spring. So these are the major projects that we have on our plate, per se, this spring, I guess for the rest of the year. And we just wanted to give you an update on those projects. And also, and we'll come back to you to let you know where we are as we make the improvements. Any questions?
I do, Mike, have a question back on the, to the dog park,
Yes.
on the gates where you go in. Is there any plan to put any kind of instructions? A resident just told me today that, they were very complimentary and it was lovely. But people were having trouble, they didn't quite understand how to get in there and why they should, like shut the front gate before you go through the second gate. Are there any plans to have anything up as far as instructions for the public?
Yes,
on that?
ma'am. And thank you for
Can I
bringing it.
follow up that also? I've been there and I thought the same thing. The first gate is difficult to open and we have a little dog, so it wasn't a big deal, but you have to lift up the lever. And I was like, why don't they just have a simple arm that goes up and down like the inner gate is?
Yes.
But
and-
thanks
Or
for pointing that.
or
Yeah,
instructions.
And instructions.
I think
yeah.
instructions would be maybe less expensive than changing the lock, but.
Well, it's great that you've brought this up because this is something that we have noticed as well. So we do plan to replace the gate.
Oh, you are going to
Yes,
replace it?
yes, we
Okay.
do.
I think it
Steve
would-
is working on that right now. So the plan is to essentially make it simpler and also have instructions. Probably we're looking at using a spring gate, like where you just push it and it just closes by itself, just to
Yeah.
make it easier for the customer.
I
Right
think
now
it would
it's-
be a good idea to have it posted there to, please shut this gate before, or however you want to word it, before the second gate is opened. I don't know that some people that are not used to going to dog parks understand why that is, so.
But no, that's just very good, I guess, feedback, because we have noticed the same issue with the gate, and we will take care of it hopefully next couple of weeks.
Okay.
I also had a question about, at one point, are we going to have an event to announce the opening, or is it just too late? Because I think it's something to be celebrated, the dog park and the duck pond, and it's,
Yes, we
be
do
great to
plan
have
to
some kind
have
of event.
a formal ribbon cutting for the duck pond and the dog park. So at the dog park, we still have one item left to be done, which is to build the arch, which is the entryway sign. And the entryway sign is a commemoration to Easy Drain. So the entryway sign will have bricks with names of donors who have donated to the construction of the sign as well as the equipment. It will also have the playground, the agility equipment for the animals. It will also have a plaque commemorating Easy Drain. So construction of that arch is scheduled to begin this month. And once that construction is done, we will have a formal ribbon cutting, because the family just did not want to have a ribbon cutting without having the plaque for Easy Drain at the entrance. So we are waiting for that. So we are hopeful that we could have the ribbon cutting as part of the bicentennial celebration in February. And we'll have a similar entryway sign at the duck pond as well, except it will not have a plaque for Easy Drain because there wasn't a connection there. So keep an eye out for ribbon cutting at the dog park in February, March, and probably February for sure for the duck pond. It'll be part of the bicentennial celebration. So again, duck pond, February, ribbon cutting, dog park, maybe February, March, depending on when the sign is done for the ribbon cutting.
Mike, do you have the dates for the bicentennial celebration for us?
I do not have the specific dates, but we do have a city website that you could go, and it has all the dates and so on. So I encourage you to go to the city bicentennial website for more information.
I don't have a question, but I wanted to tell you, the last meeting, I think it was in November, we talked about some kind of covering shade over where the food trucks are going to be. I don't know if anybody has researched that, but I have some information for you.
Wonderful.
I was out of town and it was the same kind of setup. They had put a concrete slab with picnic tables. So I've got photos of that, so if you want me to, I'll send you photographs, and then you can contact, it's down in South Texas, so.
Wonderful.
Get some idea.
Well, thank you very much, Ms. Roberts. That's very nice of you. And please email it or
Okay.
send it to me,
Okay,
and then we can definitely look at it as a potential model
okay.
for us to use. Okay, so at this time, let me ask Steve Gallagher to come forward and give us an update on the recreational programs.
All right, good evening, Commission. How y'all tonight? Happy New Year to all. For the rec programs, just wanted to show another shout-out example to our parks team and how they help with sports tourism. This weekend, we had the makeup tournament from the Veterans Day Salute to Remember tournament. And we had 3 inches of rain this week, 1 inch on Wednesday, and then another 2 inches on Thursday. And so when we woke up Friday morning, you could see the before pictures. And they were like, well, are we going to make it or not? We got 44 teams coming in. Some of them were coming in as far away from the valley. And you could see by 6:30 that night, my staff was able to prepare all 9 fields for that tournament. And so it went off without a hitch. But it's just another attentiveness to resources that we need in the future to help do that, because it's very easy that when I walk the fields, you can walk them at 11:30 that morning and be like, this isn't going to happen. But you also got to make that decision of like, okay, can guys work some overtime and make it happen? And they went very fast, and just great kudos. But you could see some things that they do. We'll do this 40 times a year with rain during the week and during on tournaments. So great shout out to the team and their efforts and how they can put into the fields and what the transition looks like in a handful of hours throughout the day. And sometimes they're doing it at 3 a.m. to get ready for tournaments to go on the weekend. And so just wanted to kind of show you how much labor intensive it is from the rains to get a field ready for games and tournaments.
That's remarkable, Steve, and thanks for the before and after. I don't know that everybody understands how much
Yeah.
work it takes.
Right.
But before and afters really help, so I appreciate it.
It's hard to see that without seeing the photos, but just
Yeah.
great that the team was able to be receptive and jump in and get their boots wet, hands wet and dirty, and get in and after it.
We don't have any more photos. We don't have any more photos.
Okay, oh, no photos, okay. Very good, then. The other things I was gonna update you then with for this month here is some of you knew that in December, we did a hunter safety program in November with the hunter safety. We did get a second class coming up. So at the end of the month, we'll be offering another hunter safety education class. And that'll be held over at the Sun Valley Ranch. And so on our website, the people interested in hunter safety education can sign up through the park website. And then a select few of those will be able to apply to do the second hunt. So we'll take another 5 or 6 children and hunt with the port out there. So it'll be a second opportunity like we talked about. And the port's excited to partnership with us again. And so that's a very valuable skill for people to get. And so we're excited to be a part of that process and offer the 2 hunts this year and expand on what the residents have seen and liked for us for that. Also then, I had some parade announcements as well for you guys, but I don't have the picture with it and stuff. But you can also go to our Facebook picture and just thank all the participants of the parade. We started with 130 floats. that registered. We ended up with about 128 or 127 by the time that they showed up and came. But definitely a really good number. We were able to get through like an hour 45 for the parade, so we were very happy with that, with the time frame, and to be able to move that many floats. It was like a record number of floats for us, less cars, which was really important and really well lit. So thank you for those that participated as a judge or to be involved with the parade. But very good excitement that'll help us as we move into next year, especially with De Leon Plaza being done. So we're very excited to add that back into the features of the parade for that. So the winners are announced, and you can see them on our webpage if you haven't, for the Facebook page, and some pictures of that as well. And they did live stream it, and you can watch it again if you'd missed it, as well as it was recorded. And then we also have a full team now of 3 rec coordinators. And so at the end of November, Sharice Cruz came on board with us to help Elijah Ramos. He just finished a year, so 1-year anniversary for Elijah. And so we thank him for his service publicly. And then as well, here at the end of December, we brought on JT, or Joshua Munoz. He came over from the YMCA, and so a lot of youth experience, 4 years working over there, and management experience. So we're excited to bring that wealth of knowledge on board and get some of these programs going for us here into 2024 and integrating it with you guys. And so if you guys see stuff in the community or the master plan as well, we can help guide those rec coordinators through those things. And get out the tournaments that we need from adult or youth, and then the programs from the nature activities or fitness activities, whatever those skills are needed in the community. These are the 3 coordinators that will bring that together for us and shoot for those targets in 2024. So we'll take any suggestions as well on that. For that. But those were the 3 highlights. We have a baseball tournament coming up this month, this weekend actually, that we have. And then you'll see UHV College will start playing baseball and softball at the YSC and at the Riverside Stadium, as well as the VSID programs will start playing. We got 2 homeschool programs as well as St. Joe that also play at Riverside Stadium. And so we will really kick off here in February our sports season, and that'll run through the general season in August. So very busy. That will be getting a lot more rain days. We'll be on the fields. But just wanted to share that recreation update with you guys today.
Mike, I have a comment. So, not Mike, Steve, I have a comment. So I talked to Mike about it as a sidebar, but last year, this has to do with the YMCA hours for open swim hours for the City of Victoria residents. Last year, we met with Bud Oliver. He came here, very generous, a lot of good information. Can someone on your staff please meet with them and see if we could if the city could get possibly more swim hours in '24 and maybe better times? I know when he presented it last year to us, we thought maybe we could do better in '24. It's a conversation.
Right. No, it's a great question. I'm aware of that conversation that took place with Jason, and Bud was here. I was at that meeting as well, so we'll definitely follow up with him.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, at this time, I'll ask Alex Aguero to give us an update on sports tourism.
Good evening, Commission. So this weekend we'll have our 2024 TAF Games. So this will be the 3rd year that we will be hosting the TAF Games. I'll run down of the list of sports that are happening this weekend and talk about a little bit of the second weekend that'll be happening in February. So the first weekend we have archery, cornhole, disc golf, swimming, and wheelchair basketball. So archery will take place in South Texas Archery and Outdoors out there in Inez. They start on Friday night, 6 p.m. to 10. So I'll be out there overseeing, taking some pictures, kind of helping with the tournament director, kind of control the crowd and whatnot. And then Saturday and Sunday, their times start at 9 o'clock, and they'll have a break from about 12 to 1:30, and they start the second round at 2 o'clock. Last year, they had about 60 competitors. I spoke with the tournament director today, actually, and she has 81 participants. So it's really good. She's really happy about it. It's great. It shows that that type of sport in this area is very popular. So that's something we could take advantage of for sports tourism. Next will be cornhole. Cornhole will be at the community center January 13th and 14th. Doors open at 10 a.m. and the tournament itself will start at 11 a.m. Saturday's the longer day. Will go about 10 p.m. and then Sunday should finish around 6, 7 o'clock. Last year they had 18 singles and 12 doubles. Spoke with the tournament director as of this morning as well. We have 15 singles and 10 doubles, but he does expect that number to pump up throughout this week because I think he's taking registration until Thursday night. So he does expect more participants to sign up for that event. Next, we'll have disc golf. Disc golf will just be a one-day tournament on Saturday at Riverside Disc Golf Course. Starts at 9 o'clock and it should end around 6 p.m. on that day. Last year, they had about 50 competitors, counting as much competitors on their website that I checked this morning. They had 72 competitors, so that's another one that's growing as well, so we're really happy about that. Next, we'll have the swim meet at the VISD Aquatic Center. That one will be January 13th and 14th, so that one's a 2-day as well. The meet should start around 8:30. I'm still waiting for TAF to post their final schedule online, but it looks like they're going to start around 8:30 on both Saturday and Sunday. Last year, they had about 600 swimmers, and speaking with the executive director from TAF last week, he said they had over about 600, so we should meet or even exceed those numbers from last year, so we're happy about that as well. And then lastly, wheelchair basketball will be at East High School. That will also be January 13th and 14th. Start time for those days are 9 a.m. on both days. Last year they had 4 teams, and this year we have 6 teams. So it looks like every sport that we had will grow or exceed or match those numbers from last year, which is great. I know a couple of the teams traveling for the wheelchair basketball, I think 2 are at least from out of state, so that's pretty cool. And the other ones, I think San Antonio, Houston, and Corpus. So got a good mixture of out of town, even out of state, so we're really happy about that. I will have a schedule of events posted on Wednesday on our social media account and our parks website. And then I will also provide a link so it actually takes you straight to the TAF website itself. One noticeable change about the games, pickleball did not meet its registration. I spoke with the tournament director because the last couple of years we've had it here. It's been pretty good. But as we heard earlier, pickleball is growing. And talking with the tournament director, he did notice there's a lot more tournaments this weekend than there's been in the past 2 years. And this tournament that he was hosting is not a sanctioned pickleball event, while the other ones he witnessed around the state, like in Corpus, Houston, San Antonio, some in Central Texas, are sanctioned events. And they're actually taking place on actual pickleball courts. And if you know anything about the pickleball community, this is what the tournament director told me, that they're real particular. They like to play on pickleball courts, because if the ball on a basketball court, they say it bounces funny or doesn't get enough bounce. So that there's more other cities investing in pickleball courts. So we need to see that data that other cities are doing to kind of, okay, what do we need to do to make Victoria a destination for pickleball? So, and also he had about 4 divisions scattered. So he had a couple of registrations, but they were scattered throughout the different divisions. So he didn't have enough to meet enough teams. So we're going to meet up again. I'm going to meet with him to see what we can do to meet next year. So that's one thing we need to look into about, the future of pickleball here in Victoria, because pickleball community is very particular on pickleball courts. So,
Well, they just want a court, I mean, I agree that they're particular. I'm a pickleball player, and I play on a court that's not a real court. I play at the Healthplex, and it's not really big enough. But, it's just like if you're a basketball player, you want a court that's the right size and, everything else. So, and if you're playing baseball, they want a field that's
On the right
not
dimensions.
wet. So,
Yes, ma'am. We agree. And that's something, I've talked to Mike about, we wanted to discuss future into pickleball courts, location, design and all that. But that's some talks we've had, and we will have those for future purposes. And then the second weekend in TAF will be February 24th through the 25th. That will have 3 sports. Will be flag football, which will be the 24th and 25th. Golf at our Riverside Golf Course. That'll be a 1-day on Saturday, and a youth fast pitch tournament at the YSC 24th and 25th. Speaking with the tournament directors on that one, spoke with the flag football tournament director. He says registrations are underway already. He says already a good amount of teams sign up, and he expects it to be a good success turnout. Golf will be Rolando will be overlooking that tournament, so I'll catch up with Rolando on that. And then our youth fast pitch tournament, the tournament director is actually the director that had the softball tournament this past weekend, Bumaro. He already has 30 teams signed up, so expects it to hit at least 50, maybe more. So that's going to be a great turnout as well. So that's all I have for these TAF games for this year. Is there any questions?
Great job. I mean, to have it a third year in a
Very
row
exciting.
and it's growing.
Yeah, absolutely. And we actually, I don't know if you are aware, we actually got TAF extended us 2 more years to host the game. So we'll have it in 25 and 26.
Oh, that's awesome. Good
So
job.
we're happy about that. I want to retain some of the sports we got, but also looking what new sports can we add. So now to have a year under my belt, doing it a lot more data and secured, so I could have more time this year to seek out different sports, different tournament directors to get different sports here as well. So we're excited about this year's TAF games, but certainly for 25 and 26 for sure.
Good job. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's,
Yeah.
that's exciting. Good for Victoria.
And there will be a press conference this Friday to announce or kick off the TAF games. It'll be 2 o'clock at the Aquatic Center. It'll include the mayor and the TAF staff. So it'll be 2 o'clock this Friday at the Aquatic Center. Thank you, Alex.
Anything else?
That's
from-
it.
That's it from staff?
That's all we have today, Madam Chair.
All right. Does anybody have any questions? Again, comments on what you've heard today? You guys are busy,
Very busy.
and you're looking for a Parks and Rec director and assistant director.
Yes, we
So our
are.
hats off to all of you for pulling together and, working it. And,
I'm very lucky. I've got a great staff, admin staff with Jessica Welsh. So
she is amazing.
she keeps
So
she keeps us straight.
She keeps us straight too. So we appreciate you, Jessica. Thank you so much. So, all right. So future agenda items. Does anybody have anything they would like to put on for next month?
I have something, it's ridiculous, but somebody asked me about it, so. So there's a section in the park that's one way by the, I guess by the stadium, by the baseball
Yes.
park.
Yes.
Can that be changed? I'm sure it's a city rule or
Yes,
what have.
we can look at it. We can have our city engineer look at it.
I guess if you exit that parking lot a certain way, you have to go all the way around that loop?
I know exactly what you're referring to. That's a very good point, Mr. Hayek. We'll have our city engineer look at it, see if it's possible to make it a two-way.
If I can just get some answer, if it's no, it's no, just so
Okay.
I can get this guy off my back.
Okay, well,
I
we'll,
like the
Sorry to
one
sound
way, by the way.
horrible.
I like the one way. I like riding my bike that way, and it feels
Fine
it's
with me.
safer. You've got the other main road, but that's
Right.
me, and it's a good reason to know why. Why was it decided for that?
we'll have the
So
engineers
much.
look at it.
Thank
No
you so, and whenever you get it, it's fine with me.
problem. We'll look at it and report back at the next meeting.
That's what I'll tell him.
All right. So everyone, our next meeting is February 12th, assuming that works for the city?
Yes.
Okay, that's our next month. And with that, do I hear a motion to adjourn the meeting? All right, I need a second.
Second.
All right, the meeting is officially adjourned. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you.